Man, I really do dig the music in this area. It's just super nice. I don't know how really to describe it other than just really, really pleasant. So, hello people. If you're looking at the video stuff on YouTube for this is actually part 4. Part 3 kind of kind of mistakenly went up. You can't really schedule uploads when you just export from Twitch to YouTube. So part 3 kind of came out directly before part 4, no, not even part 4, it came out basically before part 2 because of an error, because Twitch decided to do this one first even though I decided to export it second. It's kind of weird. So I'll probably link to the playlist or something down below to catch that. I did 2 streams in one day basically, and it was a little bit weird because of that. I don't know. Suggest you start writing your will if not. I mean, that's pretty much how it's gonna be. This kind of neat that there are now 2 bridges here. I don't know, I always found that kind of weird. But yeah, when it comes to what we're going to do at the moment, it is going to be a good old bout of backtracking to get stuff that we have not picked up so far. So... something like that? I guess? I'm not entirely sure where that came from. There isn't anything wrong with the stupid titles and shit, is there? Yeah, okay. I'm always paranoid on this stuff now because I know Twitch hates freaking updating. Yeah, okay. Estimate machine to the riverside. That's what campers should do. Whatever. So we also get the binoculars here. Now, I actually have used these in competitive play before. Even though they would kind of seem a bit useless, just increases accuracy. It's wide lens. You get a 10% accuracy buff. And sure, it's like, oh, even 90% moves don't get 100% accurate with this. Well, I used this with 75% accurate sleep powder and at the time 90% accurate waterfall drop in the base game, and it worked out pretty great. I didn't miss any of those moves, so I don't know. It's just one of those situations where it fit the puppet at the time. I don't know if I'd use it now. Maybe you could use it with Twilight Infection, but you would probably want to run Changeling instead. Could you leave? Because, you know, Changeling on the Leap Puppet is pretty good. But I don't know. Still seems fine enough. So, for the startup here, it doesn't really matter too much. It is going to hurt a bit, but it's not fighting type until it goes power style, so we are perfectly fine with that. I don't care if I... Rude! Pretty much what we say. I don't want to be a test subject for an invention. Okay, so Iku, we have established is electric type. Aww, I suppose you went with, you did go with the power form of Suika, so I guess it makes sense that she isn't the main runner at the moment. Good to see that Mima's doing work though. As did my will to... Oh, what? As did my will to live. Rip that lady. So this is an optional enemy attack. This is an optional area that you can get to as soon as you have the boat. I believe there are maybe a couple of... This is probably where Hina is, actually, who I was thinking of before. Just like, we don't need to come here, but to be totally honest with you, we aren't going to get here at any other time. You know, it's not going to make sense at any other time. So we may as well go here now. But I missed the river, so I came back. I don't know, was that meant to be a secret? It's kind of on you. Yeah, so Hina's in here. Okay. She might have been in the previous cave as well, but she's here, that's what matters. And kind of important in her base style, like normal style, she's actually never type, and she loses that never type when she changes style, which is really weird. She has like pure poison as one, and then poison and dark, and then poison fire, which is really weird. You can always hit her with wind, but you can... Why is this, like, even here? Negative possibility space? I don't know, or just it's getting lost. At the very start of a playstyle? I don't know, it seems weird that there'd be nothing there. I think there might be one more puppet in here. There might be Yamame as well. Probably not. I think she just appears in later caves. If you win, I'll leave. I didn't ask you to leave though. Hey, J-Trot. Alright. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much what we use on Tojiko here. She's gonna die in one hit anyway. Should look around more instead. Oh man. So we get the Jade Hairpin, which is wind attacks, get a 20% buff. And that's pretty much it. It's a really small cave. There's I think there's a skill card down the bottom here, but it is just a really small little extra cave here. Tiny optional content. To be fair, other than like the vampire bats, there really isn't a bat to her. Oh, it's not even that, it's a red ring, okay. Alice could probably use that. Yeah, instead of the opal hairpin, we'll give her the red ring. So this is your muscle band for the game, which is 10% buff to all focus attacks. It's not the greatest overall, but it does help. Like, any little difference can help, and just like a 10% to everything will be fine later on. Although right now she only has like 2 focus attacks, so maybe it's not the greatest, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. She might get this one here actually. Skill card 9 will be another focus one, and it is the return equivalent, Frenzy Jururi. Alex T. We need to decide like what character, yeah, we'll give that. We'll need to decide like what we'd actually want that way. Like, do we really want the Cluffies one? Do we want to satisfy Burtis that way? Just saying. Alright, so yeah, we have Descent of the Sun as well, which is not too bad. We didn't get Komachi there, but again, we can get Komachi later, so that's fine. And then the reason to go back here at the moment is maybe for tier 3 CU. Oh, dang, that's nasty. Alright, so that old guy who was fishing told us about an island that he was staring at, and I think he was over this way, right? Like, he was up there. Yeah, so he was staring down an island. You go down and you get to here, which still has my favorite music from the first game. This place is super sweet. We can't do much here at the moment, but there are a couple of puppets that we can pick up, as well as that one item. this is a post-game area, but you can get an item as you go. Also, good old-fashioned ice block, ice maze. I mean, we already have Cherno. Cherno was at the lake, but she is here. But we already have her. Because she's also outside this place, obviously, being that, like, we do get a skill card. Skill card 76 behind you! So you get an automatic scare. Seems I can't get past this large ice man. So yeah, there's Cherno. I mean, if you couldn't tell by the music, this is the opening song from Touhou 7. The first stage song. So of course Letty's going to be here. But also, Mai and Yuki from PC98 are here as well. Now we are actually going to be able to find those in one of the next areas that we'd be going towards. So you don't have to find them here, but they are here too if you want. So like Mai is water, Yuki is fire. Yuki is actually a pretty interesting one. Is Magan? Wait, so yeah, I'm getting told Many Eyes is here as well. Is Magan available in this bit, or is he only in the basement area? Because that's a distinction to make, like, because I know he's here post game, but like, is he in this exact area, or is it only post game that you see him? Yeah, it's what I would have thought, post-game only. Which is fine. Yeah, exactly. It's eyes. That's why I'm like, whatever. Getting called out on my gender pronouns here. Technically, there is one. Yeah, Renosuke. So technically, there is a guy in Touhou, but only one confirmed. At least I say only one confirmed, as in only one that that is actually, you know, a character, as opposed to just like, you know, known about, like Marissa's father. Because Marissa's dad is actually in the printed works, I think. Mentioned, not actually, you know, shown or anything. So, that's pretty much what we come here for at the moment. You don't have to even come here at all. It's just a nice little optional area to explore right now, and it's good foreshadowing for the post-game. Because, yeah, this is one of the big areas that we'll be going into in post. So that's the big thing around here at the moment. You can't really do too much else without having Rock Smash. But the bigger place to go right now is down into here. Yeah, Genji is a guy, but it's also a turtle, so... So yeah, you can get some other puppet encounters here. If you haven't encountered Marissa yet, you'll find her in this part of the forest. This was originally where you had to catch her. But you also have Ellen here from, I want to say the I don't even know. She actually resists my moves here because she's illusion, but she's also pretty fragile, so it probably doesn't matter. Yeah. Alright. So in addition to her, I know there's at least one more, and there's also... Yay, what a battle! There's also more fights and stuff here too. Again, absolutely do not have to do this just now, but if you don't do it now, then you're never gonna do it at a point where it's like remotely reasonably leveled. Obviously, yay, thanks to battle. Obviously, they're still pretty underleveled compared to you, but if you don't do this stuff now, then it's only going to get worse. I just want to make sure of I'm not missing anything off of the other loop. There is another fight here. Because I know this is looping back round to the start. I just want to make sure that I wasn't missing an item for it. So I do find it kind of neat that you get Frenzied Jewelry at the Genbu Ravine, because it does kind of give you both, like between that and the one that you buy, you know, Overrun, you have both the physical and special versions of Return. And again, the special version of Return is something that didn't exist in the original game, so it really does help out. Yeah, so this is just looped back to the start, which is what I wanted pretty much. I wanted to just make sure that I wasn't going to miss anything there. Yep, so there's nothing you can do up the top bit. Pretty much got to go this way around if you want to go back towards the top. Let me tell you something. Fight me. Apparently that is what we didn't know, that we had to fight. Scientists hate when you use this one weird trick. It's called sneak attack. I forgot what to say. Freaking fairies, dude. Freaking fairies. So it's not like, you know, like there are more puppets to find here, but you'll probably find them in the second section of this rather than this one. There's an even deeper part of the forest here, but we do get a skill card for going up here. It's a focus move, so we might get some use out of that with Alice. Voice of Famine. Can't learn it though, sadly. Raisin can learn it for some reason. I have no idea why. It is a physical attack, so she's probably not going to get much out of it. But yeah, 95 base power. It's pretty freaking reliable, if I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think of what is even close to this in Pokemon, and that's kind of one thing that is different. One thing that is very different from Pokemon is that most types have very, like, it's almost homogeneous, and it's almost to a fault that basically every type has got a move that is effectively the same thing, like, right, 90 or 95 base power, 100 accuracy. Most every type has got a 120 base power move that's like 85% accuracy or something. A lot of them have it on both physical and special sides, and you know, it's like there's a lot of moves that are the same just for different types. And at least in Pokemon, like, as much as you complain of, oh, Shadow Ball is the strongest stab attack you've got or whatever, it adds a little bit more type identity, I guess. That's pretty much the only thing that is a little bit more awkward, I think, in this game. Sound and Never is weak to Dark, so we'll go with that. Yeah, I know. Play rough. I'm totally lost. Miranzuka is over here. Different to the base game is that you cannot actually get into Murinzuka until you have Rock Smash here, which is weird, and I don't know why they've done it, but there it is. However, there is actually another fly point for later on, which we'll see momentarily, actually, because it is very close to here. At least we should. I think I need to go surfing for it first. So we need to go down. She's not exactly chasing me, but yes, that is entirely that is a Remelia puppet that is following us around here. So yeah, this is the other puppet I'll be looking for later on when we get further into here. Yeah, so and for anyone who does not know the game, this is Touhou Puppet Dance Performance. It's effectively Touhou Pokemon, and it is a paid game. We've seen in my chat the command used to show the links for that here. For those who are watching the YouTube VOD instead, then it's in the description if you wish to play this yourself. It is not a free game, so, and I don't want to promote that aspect too much. But yeah, this is what we were looking for. You actually have a gap map point here. Yeah, it's official Touhoumon. That's exactly the right way to put it. Shelf is full of books. Yeah, so it's a certain someone's house here, and you can pretty much know whose this is just by how many freaking books are lying around here. And yes, you can actually get a rest in the bed here. This is not a fly point in the original game, but you can, when you get access to your gap map for you know, basically acting like fly, you can fly back here. So it's not so bad that you can't get into Murinzuka right now, because you will be able to get into it later on. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there was like a... Yeah, there's mushroom powder in one of these. So it's Patchy's house then, clearly. Like, obviously, duh. Okay, was there anything else down here of interest? I don't think there was, but gotta be sure. Yeah. I miss skill cards all the time in this place, because I'm gonna miss them here as well, because just surfing to weird spots, it's kinda out there. Hi. Hello, I'm an Earthbound Spirit, as opposed to a Skybound Spirit. I don't know. I mean, if you want any incentive for this, it's this game is effectively built for competitive. There is, in the expansion at least, it's incredibly good for net play, and it works very, very well. We're the best friends, goes to our... And it's not like, it's not the same as Pokemon where it's like, oh, I've got to spend 10 hours breeding or whatever, and, you know, it's much, much quicker to actually set stuff up that way. Not that you need any incentive to get this or anything, but it is something we're looking to do later on, as we are looking to actually play. Can we be a trio after you die? I think in the original game these guys were a lot more sort of lovey-dovey than this. But I think that might have just been the change in translation stuff. Yeah, pass through the barrier is super effective. Yeah, couldn't pierce the barrier would be resisted. Good game! You'll be the champion even in death. Dang, that's probably not wrong, but still. Apparently not. Immune is just, it doesn't affect. Same as it would be in Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, this game does draw a lot of parallels from Pokemon, obviously. It was released in the Generation 6 era, so you won't see some of the new stuff that Generation 7 introduced. Talking stuff like the confusion rate is still 50% as opposed to 33%, although you don't damage yourself in confusion, so there is that. And then the paralysis is still speed cut to a quarter as opposed to half. Although you don't get fully paralyzed, which is also an interesting thing. Yo, I was supposed to grab all the mushrooms. Marissa Puppet is very happy about the mushrooms here. She hasn't grabbed that one though, so I don't know. Alright. So just making sure that there wasn't anything solid on the ground there. Let's go. Let's enjoy this match a lot. Sounds about right. So we have a Never type here, which is of course weak to Dark. So we'll go with that. Yeah, Generation 7 Paralysis still has that 25% chance of being fully paralyzed. It still has that 25% of, oh, you just can't move anymore. So Shiki is actually light fighting, I believe, which is neutral to Dark anyway, so Shiki doesn't even have a light and dark form, which is kind of weird, to be honest with you. Yeah, typing can be a bit weird in this game. I lived more like humans than yokai. Oh man. Oh, we can steal the Martian powder from here too. So this is the tree that the free fairies used to live in, huh? And it's a pretty big tree, so I can understand why you would live in it. This is just the same bit that we were at before, so that's just one big old loop around. Again, kind of important to know exactly what you have and haven't done here. Let's battle with my mood rising. Oh, we're gonna make this fairy so sad, aren't we? Basic plot is that puppets have recently taken over Gengetsu. Effectively, they came out of nowhere and started like multiplying in numbers, and so they're kind of causing a little bit of annoyance. And so it's an incident, and you are from the outside world, you get dragged in by a Yukari puppet, and you're tasked with solving the incident, pretty much. Well, you're not tasked with it, you have to investigate to try and get back. And Reimu's just like, don't get in my way, pretty much. And yet you do anyway, because, of course, my mood is falling. Oh no, we made us sad. Alright, yeah, so this is the other place you get Maya and Yuki. You don't have to get them in the Frozen Cave at the moment, you would get them here instead. But there is one other puppet to find here that we have not already got. I mean, if I go any more in depth than that, I would risk spoiling what little plot there is in this game. So I played in it. If you're wondering why I'm not using the bike, by the way, it's because the bike will start. I can show it here. The bike gets put away if you go in mud, so it doesn't seem worth it to me to actually like get the bike out in this place. So skill card 68 is Drought, 100% chance to weaken. Weaken is a unique status condition to this game, as opposed to Pokemon, which will stop the opponent from healing via moves or items. It can be cured with with stuff like forest therapy or basically aromatherapy, or it can be cured with a hold item if you have it, but can you tell us the way out when we're battling? Sure. And if you double up on weaken in the expansion here, then you actually give the opponent a pressure effect as well. Wait, you're illusion type, aren't you? Yeah, so that's what it is if it doesn't affect. I forgot if she'd be illusion in her base form. I thought she was pure fighting, so I'm gonna have to switch out of that. Yeah, it's essentially a status condition form of heal block. That's a pretty good way of putting it. Why does Sanai look like Budget Reimu? Man, the amount of times that people have commented on this one. This game lets you have a couple of alternative costumes / puppets, like outfits, and I just like the alternative color for Sanai, so that's why I use it. It's as simple as that. I like the colors, so I use it. Again, just checking if there's mushroom powder in any of those. So get ourselves another skill card. This one should be a spread skill, so yep, Pollen Mist is the physical equivalent to Voice of Famine, the special equivalent of Voice of Famine that we just got recently. And this one we can learn on a few different puppets here. Yomu learning it would be probably quite decent. Sanai learning it would be really good, so we'll get rid of Wesley's here, because this gives her additional coverage that we don't hit otherwise, so that's pretty good. Alice is a focus attacker, not a spread attacker, so she doesn't really get to use it here. We'll get rid of probably just Overtake Strike here. The priority's good, but at this point I don't think I'm going to be needing it. Is there a mushroom powder up here? No, there's not. Okay. Mushroom powder sells for a decent enough amount of money, so it's worth having around. And then we get here for a very nice little item that we unfortunately aren't really going to be able to use with this team, but if you have a poison type in your party, then you'll recognize this as the Black Sludge in Pokemon. It is actually really good if you're using a poison type, but we are not, because I did not use the power. I didn't use the power raise in here because I wanted to use the extra style, so we do not have a poison type for this one. But if you're using like medicine or, you know, anyone of that caliber, or even that Sager that we saw before, that's a very good good item to have around. So that's your main reward for coming in here at the moment, is the jar. There's nothing else that you can get that side. There are plenty of skill cards in this place though. There are more skill cards in the first area too, which we would need to go back for. Yes, Yoshika is also poison type. There's another good one that you could use it with. So I don't remember if I went around this way. I don't think I did, right? I might have actually been this way before, but it doesn't really matter because I need to get one more puppet from here anyway. There is one more. I mean, Marissa is here, but we've already caught Marissa from the Scarlet Devil Mansion, so yeah, I haven't gone here. Battle, battle, battle me quick! Can I just say how adorable that character portrait is, by the way? So Ran is Illusion, which is weak to Warped, so we'll be able to take her out pretty easily. Mamizo is also Illusion, so Luscious Whisper is going to do some good work here. Just take her out, no problem. Winning is satisfying. Losing is satisfying. Yes, battles are so fun. She's got a good mentality for that. Can your puppets dodge attacks in it? I'm not standing in the mud, you know. Very equal. Okay. Okay. So you, St. Elmo's is the best attack I have, which is not great because it's a physical attack, but I'm such a high level in comparison. And again, just as a sort of reminder here, I haven't done any grinding whatsoever in this. In fact, I've actually been avoiding a lot of fights in the wild. So it's not a, oh, you've just been grinding for this. No, this is just a lull in the difficulty curve at the moment. I'm covered in mud. Oh no. Yes, a bit of a battle gauntlet coming up here. I don't even remember if there's anything here. There might not be. It's somewhat funny that Raisin is so good against illusion types because she is illusion type herself. You're strange, so you're in this strange place. You know what, you're not wrong. Oh, there is an item up here. Nice. Skill card 80. The final skill card in the base game that isn't hidden power, basically. It is Torment. Prevents his opponent from using the same skill twice in a row. No heal power, no mushroom powder up there either, so okay. That is fine. We don't need to worry too much about that. So just like in Pokemon, skill cards don't get used up when you use them. This was a Gen 6 release pretty much, so it takes that trait from Gens 5 and 6 where the skill cards are like permanent upgrade items, which is honestly the way it should have been from the start, but whatever, right? It only took them 5 generations to get the TM settings right. So we might not actually find the other puppet that I'm looking for here. No, we do. Okay. Rikako is the other one that I wanted. I don't remember where else she even appears. I'm sure there's one other place. It might only be post-game. Ew, don't do that. Blech. Thunderveil is annoying. But I have a heal, so we should be fine. You are steel type, I believe, so this should take you out. Yeah, like steel electric. And then her speed form is steel water. And her extra form is electric warp, which is, it's a really slow one, but it has the swift swim for the dark weather. So fog traveler is what it's called basically, but it doubles speed when the weather is fog. And I think that's pretty much everything, because we did a big loop around in this bit at the top. I can sort of reconfirm that that is everything up there, but we did this big loop around at the top. And I think, I honestly think that is everything from this bit. Because if we go up this way, this just leads back to this bit, which we would have been at anyway. Then did I go this? This might be the only other bit? No, because this just leads down. So yeah, we've gone everywhere in here. Pretty sure. Because then I think I even got the skill card, I got the item beyond the water, which is fine. I think there might be one similar to that in the first area of the forest, which is potentially the one to get confused over. That there is a skill card that you have to basically surf to there as well. Was there anything down here? No. Okay. Yeah, because then you go all the way back across and you get to this part of the opening. Yeah. So go here, get yourself another skill card, another physical one. 31 is Poisoned Arrow, which is effectively a Poison Night Slash, I guess. It's not Poison Jab. I guess it kind of resembles a cross between Poison Jab and... Oh no, it's like Cross Poison, except more powerful. Right, there is a move that resembles. It's an 80 base power Cross Poison, but nobody except Raisin can learn it, and it's physical, so it doesn't work for her. What are you doing in a lousy place like that? What are you calling lousy? Poison is definitely a type that I want to have coverage with, but I just don't want it to be that kind of move. I mean, if you think this place is lousy though, why are you here? Is really the question, right? I came here to be alone. Okay, I mean, I suppose that makes sense. Even fairies need their alone time, right? Well, we took the skill cards, so that's all we really needed out of this bit anyway, so we'll leave her be. So that was that. Again, just making sure there's no like mushroom powder around in any of these, because you never know. And this is nothing, right? Yeah. There's a lot of little water patches like that that just have nothing going for them. Here's an item here though, don't miss this. Yeah, pretty sure there are no other puppet encounters in this area, so I think we're safe to just leave this now, as far as that stuff goes. When it comes to the exploring, I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's at least 1 or 2 pathways that I haven't gone through here. So normally this would be a bad matchup for Raisin, because this is a poison type, and Warped is weak to poison, but I kinda have poison immunity with my abilities, so... Not that it's gonna matter too much when they just die, but... It's definitely nice to have a stable, like, decent base power skill here to go with. Alright, so that seems like it'd be back towards the start then. That's a thanks for the battle. But we haven't gone this way yet. If you win, I'll show you where to go. So hopefully a level 42 Raisin gets an illusion move here. Because it's a little bit annoying to not have that coverage going for us. On, you know, and an attack type that we're working with here. Because, again, she's a special attacker, not a physical one, so... The exit is north from here. Good! Da-da-da-da. Lots of grass that we don't really need to go into anymore. And we just go, what, up and around? Is there anything up here? There is. This is why I've been checking them, because there are a couple that do have mushroom powder here. Let's play! Fairy Liddy. Yes, Overrun is very good against everything that isn't Light, Dark, and Illusion. Light and Illusion you hit with your illusion attacks, and they get hit super effectively. Dark is the problem one right now, because Dark is resistant to Warped, but it also does get hit neutral by illusion, so as soon as I get a special illusion type attack, then I'll be fine. So yeah, that was just a big old loop around to get a mushroom powder and a fight, apparently. There's like nothing else up here. Kind of interesting, but you know. Sometimes this game doesn't do a very good job of rewarding your curiosity, but hey, it is what it is, right? At least it gave us something there, though. There have been a lot of times where you just don't get anything for doing that sort of exploration. So I just want to be sure. I think that is everything at this point, because this just goes across to the bit that we've already explored. And yeah, I don't think I'm missing any. I'm gonna have to do a cleanup post-game anyway, or like close to post-game of skill cards and stuff that I haven't got. And we'll be coming back down here for the Murinzuka stuff, so I'll have a second chance to actually grab the items anyway. So we'll move on for now. And there's a few other bits that I wanted to go and get now that we have the means to. Most notably, there is stuff at the forest, like first way round, that we can get. But there's also an item over here. Don't forget to get this as well. This is your second Fate Thread. So another Master Ball to go with. Pretty handy to have around. So don't forget that. It's not up that one. There is something later on that you surf all the way up and you get an item for doing so. But this is not that section. But you can take a little shortcut bit to here, which is good. Was it this route that had... Oh, there's a thing here. There's nothing of significance on it, but it's there. There's probably something down here then, right? Nope, not even. Okay, well, this exists. It's pretty much what I can say about that. That exists. I guess it was the previous... Yeah, it must have been... Was it a previous route or this one that just later on that has the thing? It must have been a previous route. I can use the pipe now anyway. Let's... no, it's there. It's there is the annoying thing I was on about before. Yeah, it does kind of look like a Feebas area, doesn't it? If it was Pokemon. Yeah, so you get Rainbow Candy for that. Nothing else of note in this bit, which is fine. Do we want to make our way over... Whoops, that's not the way I want to go. We want to make our way over to the Forest of Magic. And I'm definitely going to forget at least one thing here. I don't even remember how many skill cards there are in this place. I think there's like 3 that you can get by surfing. So I'm probably going to miss one. But I know there are a couple which I definitely want to take a look at. I don't remember, I don't know if I can learn them, but... So I think if we go down... No, but there is stuff down there, but... If we follow this up somewhere, what? Not to there. You can follow this all the way up. Then there should be something at the top here. Ah, a human hero for place. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Let's just use that. There's nothing up ahead, okay? Okay. Well, clearly there is, because you just spoiled it. There's something here, right? So we get a skill card, a spread skill card at that, which should... Yep, this is one I was wanting. Poison Bomb. Sludge Wave in Pokemon, I guess, is the direct equivalent to this. Sadly, only one puppet can learn it, but it is one that I wanted to learn it, so that's pretty good. So I guess we just give it a Bad Moon here, and now we have Poison type coverage as well, which is pretty helpful. Because yeah, Poison's really good in this game. It deals with Warped, it deals with, the new type, which you don't see too much in the main game, but it is still good for that. It deals with water types. Yeah, I do as well, Sai. The musical, the instrumentation for it. I should say the sound font, really, because that is effectively what it is. It's not a good sound for Death to All But the Song. There are only a couple of songs in the game I think genuinely sound bad in the music style, or the sound style that they've gone for, and that is definitely one of them. Yeah, so there was the thing there in the past. Need to go down the bottom here for sure. I'm sure, unless that was actually something in the previous bit. Wouldn't surprise me too much if it was, but... Oh no, we can swim in this. Right, we can surf in this bit. And if we do that, we can get access to the stuff, okay, not up there, but we can get access to something, right? No? Rude! Rude, make a mockery of me, why don't you? Curse you! Why would you do this to me? I know I'm missing at least one skill in this stupid forest. That's gonna annoy me now. I guess there's nothing at that bit. Like I said, we're gonna have to do cleanup at some point, I reckon, because there's no way I'm getting everything up I would want on the first go. But I'm sure there was something else here. I just don't remember exactly where. Maybe it is, like, across this or something. This is just a bit that we have access to otherwise, though. So it can't be there. Yeah, because it's just to Alice's house. Because we've just been to that. We know there's nothing else across there. Is there another bit up here? I don't think so, right? Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, I mean, that might... like, maybe that's it then? I don't know. I have a skill card, like, list thing that I could look up, but I guess I'm just gonna do that later. This is also really weird. Like, I'm not entirely sure why that's there. Because I don't see what that's supposed to be blocking. Whatever, if I've missed something, I'm sure we'll find it on another run through, but for now, I'm just gonna leave. We got the main thing that I was looking for. So, yeah, it's fine. I'll probably look it up after stream and go, oh dang, there was something there, and then just pick it up. But, it's okay. Poison Bomb is a very nice skill card to have access to right now, though. So that is something. You can't actually surf on this type of water, even if you have access to it. So don't try. It's not gonna work. Yep, there was an item up here, which is another skill card. A lot of the skill cards are blocked by this sort of thing. So yep, 49 is Chrome Ray, which Yomu can learn, and it is a steel attack, so we definitely want to learn that. So now we have a special attacking steel move, which is really good. So this is why it is definitely worth taking a look at past places before you keep going, because you might just learn some powerful attacks before you keep going. I think that was all there was to this bit, but I'm just gonna double check there wasn't another... Yeah, there's nothing down here, I don't think. Yeah, there's this massive expanse of water and there's just nothing to do there. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Wasn't there? No, there wasn't. Right? I suppose I can go and take a look, it doesn't hurt. There is a thing of water here. Is there... yep, nope, there is something down here. Another skill card, number 15. 15 is going to be a focus move, is Tumble Plant, so Grass Knot. Which, again, only Yomu... no, Sanai can learn it, but Sanai is also a spread attacker, so... Only Alice is physical in this team, so... But that's fine, so I get 2 skill cards for that. It's bonus, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, that is it for here. We don't need to worry about the other bits, so we can move on to Route 3. So it'll be Route 3 and the Divine Spirit Mausoleum is where we want to end up here. But I think there was another bit to get an item farm. There's nothing up there, unfortunately. I want to say there was another bit to get an item farm here, but I might be mistaken. Okay, we've already got that. But it seems like there's all the bit right at the end. Oh, you can see the bottom of that. There's nothing there. Yeah, it's there. It is an item. So many places that you just get, like, blocked from. It's almost like a Metroidvania in that way, isn't it? So the Sturdy Rope is your Grip Claw in Pokemon, I believe is the item. Increases the power of trapping moves like Wrap and Bind. In this game it's stuff like the Whirlpool, if it's like Fire Snake, Fire Dragon's Bow, like Fire Spin and whatnot. I don't even remember what is here. Is this just a... Oh yeah, okay. There was probably an item there and we picked it up. Nothing up there. Okay, cool. Anything along this bit? Nope. Okay. So then we definitely want to get the skill card that is up here. I mean, it's not that great of one, but we want it anyway. So skill card 32 is the Suika skill. Vacuum Rupture. In the original translation, this was Vacuum Rupture Fist. And that was like, okay, that is clearly one of the coolest names ever. But yeah, it is your Giga Impact, but with 100% accuracy. So clearly Power Suika needs to learn that move, right? Like, that is the... Wait. Okay. That is the only way it can go down, right? Because what's better than a slacking? Than being a slacking with Giga Impact, right? Clearly that is the only way to use it. No, that's not what I want. We want these. Because we're going to be going into a cave in a second. I don't need any more encounters. Yeah, because I do want the skill card that is here as well. I think, if I remember rightly, this is a pretty good skill card too. Oh, it's on the other side. Of course it's on the other side. There's nothing else that you can get going those ways, so it's just a skill card here. You can pick this stuff up later when you've got the gap map. You don't have to get them now, but I want them now because they're good. Especially this one, because this is a new skill card. Like, this is not an original game one. Spitting Air is very, very nice. 95 base power wind spread move that Yomu can learn. That is fascinating, and I kind of want it. Alright, I'm going to teach it over Pollen Mist real quick, and then we are going to reteach Pollen Mist over Energy Absorb. So yeah, it kind of makes Yomu and Sun Eye's coverage pretty similar at the moment, but that's okay because it's mostly just getting decent moves set up here, you know. We'll be able to make them more distinguished later on. Also, sad as it is to say, there's like nothing else here. It's a very beautiful place, but there really isn't anything else in this bit. It's kind of a shame. I feel like there could have been an item or something hidden here, right? But nope, there is nothing. It's like, oh, missed opportunity, if you ask me. Because they could have easily put something out of sight, like here. Just a bit of a shame. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, this game does that quite a bit. Sometimes exploring is like all the fun that you need for it, but other times it's like, well, I really kind of wanted to find something for my exploration, you know? Because inherently, the act of just moving around in a video game world is not all that interesting, right? Not when it's just, you know, this sort of basic movement. Also, this sign needs some representation. This sign needs some talking to. Like, this isn't the sort of game where just the act of moving can be interesting. That's your sort of Mario Odyssey type stuff, right? Where just moving around in that sort of space is engaging in its own right. This is not the kind of game that can do that. So it needs to kind of put a little bit more stuff there. Anyway, there is definitely something incredibly useful here as a general TM to get. Believe it is right in this bit. Yeah, skill card 62, which if I remember rightly is one of the better ones. Yep, Ultra High Tone. This is something you absolutely need to pick up if you're using Speed Marissa, because it's pretty much her only way of hitting light types. No, not light types. There was something that she needed this to hit coverage-wise. I think it might have been, like, Illusion was one of her better ways of hitting that. Sadly, only one puppet can learn it here, but Raisin is going to be pretty good with it. So, now we could actually afford to get rid of Overrun here. But I'm gonna get, well, yeah, no, I'm gonna get rid of St. Elmo for just now. Because I reckon her level 42 move is going to be an illusion attack, and we'll teach that over Overrun at that stage. But yeah, just having sound coverage is incredibly good. If Hawasuka's learned a new move, oh man, I wonder what it could be. Okay, so there is an item up here, bandage, which if I was still using Energy Absorb would be fine. This is the Big Root in Pokemon. Gives you 30% more HP run using a draining move. I don't know if that... I don't believe that works with Leech Seed though. So... although that would be something to test out, right? I don't know if that works with Leech Seed. Anyway, we are going to go all the way back up to the Hakurei Shrine here. Yeah, clearly. Also, just in case you are curious, if you want to see this, Suika is sleeping. Big Oni is sleeping and blocking the way. Oh, Suika likes never change. Also, who are you? Don't tell Birdis we're speaking to her here. Try maiden is out now, yep. I left it with no warning, Yeah, she probably should. You had no choice. So there you go. But more importantly than that, we have a big turtle. But more importantly than that, we have different encounters here, including Sumireko, who I apparently could have caught on like Route 5 and just never found. So rip me. But she's here. This is where I remember seeing her before, so it's fine. She's weak to sound because she is part warped. Also weak to poison because she is part warped, so I could have used that instead. But yeah, we'll just use Ultra High Tone here. So this patch, I mean it has an item too, but this patch has got a bunch of different puppets that just hang around the shrine in the lore at this point. So that's why Kana is here. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, that's 4 times super effective, even if it is just a tiny basic puppet here. She's Never type, I think. Never Void or something. So that'll be fine. Also, we get another max revive. But this is one of the biggest changes for the expansion, is that, of course, you will find Reimu here. And Reimu was not available in the base game until the very, very end. But you do also find Rin here too. Rin is a really interesting one to use for the game. I would not have minded going with like a stage 5 boss theme just to use Rin. The dragon character? The only dragon thing I know in Toho, like related thing in Toho I know is Meitling. Yeah, so we'll be looking for Reimu here as well. I believe Reimu is a pretty rare encounter, but oh, I suppose Iku's kind of related, isn't she? Like messenger to the Dragon Palace. Alright, another thing that's only in the literature. Fair enough. But yeah, so if you don't want to start with Reimu in the expansion, but you do want it for the team, it doesn't take... like, we've still got a lot of game left here. Oh, Shingoku's here too, okay. I thought she was only behind the shrine, but she's also in this bit, okay. Oh, okay. Cause rains to flood Gengetsu. Yeah, sounds about right. So, yep. Just the rare puppet to find now, huh? But again, at least Reimu is available. That says a lot more than the original game. Kana is someone you'll find later on, I believe, as well. Encounters have kind of changed on that route. Oh, Sukuna's in this patch as well, okay. So Sukuna isn't just below, like on the first route, she's here too. It makes sense because she's living under the shrine, but I just don't remember finding Sukuna when I went through this bit in my original playthroughs. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So, I mean, I guess it's obvious that she's here, but I still want to show it off, you know? This is at least the last main sort of bit for backtracking at the moment. I don't think there's really anywhere else that I can go, per se, without going up. No, there's the road to Limina. Yeah, well, until I get to back to Genbu Ravine anyway. There's the road of liminality that will be in the next bit to go to. That actually has a very good item en route as well, so another skill card that I would want to get. I don't know if I can learn it with Alice though. And Alice being the only focus attacker I have, it might end up going unused here, but oh well. Come on, Reimu. I know we have a dislike of each other, but show up already, dang it. Literally everybody but. Sounds about right, doesn't it? It was a pleasant surprise to find Rin here the first time though, because it really shows how much Focus Lens paid attention to the lore and whatnot. Because this would have been a very easy thing to omit, and I don't think too many people would have even noticed, right? Because Rin is here because in Subterranean Animism's credits, in the Reimu Yukari outcome, Yukari caught her, basically, outside the shrine. And so, you know, Reimu semi-adopted her, pretty much, because of... I don't actually remember why she adopted her, but then, you know, nobody comes to the shrine because of all the evil spirit stuff now. Like, so even fewer people come to the shrine than before. Alright, I guess we'll give it like maybe 4 or 5 more goes. And then just say, well, she is here, and just move on. Because I don't want to waste too much more time with it. I mean, the fact that we're finding Sukuna here and not finding Reimu is pretty annoying. Yeah, I guess there is a little bit of desire sensor here, but I don't like how long this ability takes to show the stuff. I mean, I like it from playing competitive, right? But it just is annoying when you see it in the wild and whatnot. It is definitely nice that it gives you enough time to fully take in the item and stuff when you're playing against other people. It just takes too long from you know, normal playthrough in-game stuff, because you don't need to care that the wild puppet knows what items you have, because it doesn't impact the AI at all. Alright, I think we're just gonna pack it in here. Reimu clearly doesn't want to show her face. She is here. Yeah, she is here, but she's decided that she doesn't want to show up. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because Reimu's stupid, so I kid, of course, but I'm not gonna spend hours trying to find one puppet here, especially because I have all of my post-game stuff. I don't need to. I really don't need to. But it's an obvious thing, just know that Reimu is there. Can we actually go in the spinner? We can. Is there any steel? There is, I think, the steel here. Wow, okay. Interesting. You can get a potion there. Except when are you supposed to get that? Because you can't re-enter when Reimu kicks you out. So how are you supposed to get that at the start? That's interesting. I mean, it's not really worth stealing, but it's just kind of funny that it's there. Okay, so... Oh, also there's you! So, remember about those dream pills? Fortunately, I don't have any medicine for puppets. Uh-huh. So, yep, we can actually buy these at any point we want now. They do cost 1,000 each, so they are somewhat expensive, but that's fine. And then we'll sell all of our trash off here as well. We're gonna get quite a lot of money off of this, I think. Yeah, so we're not really earning too much for money at the moment. Feel free to ask if you need it again. Heck yeah! Look at that face! That face, man. That freaking face. Okay, so give me a sec. Clear my throat off here. Okay. Now that my throat's actually clear, I should be able to talk a little bit better. Let's go back and go back up the ravine. The cool thing is we don't actually have to go through the cave anymore, because we can just use we can surf and just go up. So even though it's taking a detour, I don't have to actually go through the cave anymore, so we don't have to worry about Kappa hideout stuff. I forgot to speak to Kiane. I said last time that I would go and speak to Kiane, and I totally forgot to do that. Good job, the bike is so fast! And good job because I'm actually using my other adapter. Like, I do have freedom of movement here, which is really nice. Yeah, Reimu does spawn at the shrine if RNG likes you, but we do have, not that we need it anyway, but we do have in stream chat confirmation. Yes, Reimu just dislikes me because RNG. Solved the problem with it. Uh-huh. Yep, so we do get a skill card on the way past. That's what I was coming back for. Should help you on your journey. And that skill is a new one. It is Field Break, which is a spread version of Brick Break. Something that Raisin can learn, but I'm not going to teach. Because I like the Psyshock aspect of Luscious Whisper. Since I don't have many physical attackers, having something that can actually do damage to the physical side here is pretty powerful. Oh, also, you don't even have to cut that bush anymore, you can just use the water here. If you want. Recutting the insurmountable 3-foot high push. I know, but I don't mind it, to be honest. I don't mind having to use cut and stuff again. It really isn't that big of a time sink. Like, the way that it's done in this game, or the way that that sort of thing is handled in this game, it's quick enough that I don't really care. Yeah, so when I last played this with the other adapter, because the other adapter treats my D-pad as POV, like it treats it as a sort of control stick, I guess, and it basically disables me using horizontal and vertical movement at the same time. Crap, I've been found out! Oh, found out from what? So I'm not able to hold a diagonal or move in a diagonal like that. So that sort of, relatively at least, clean movement there with the bike, just being able to shimmy up, shimmy to sides that way. That's not something I can do with my other adapter. So that's why I knew this game was getting close to being finished as far as the translation goes. So I was like, I'm gonna get these stones for the store. Oh no. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this adapter again then, because I need that sort of motion freedom here. How about having a battle before you eat? You can skip this fight entirely if you actually... Also, new yokai design for the expansion. Yeah, you can skip this trainer if you really wanted to. Yuka, Nature Electric in her base form, so Poison's really good. Now we have a new skill for Raisin. That is why I've been using Raisin exclusively, because I really want an illusion skill for attacking. And now we have one, Unknown Flare. Not the greatest skill ever, but decently powerful, same sort of power as Luscious Whisper here, and 30% confuse rate is fine. So now look at that coverage. We've got, this is basically her endgame coverage right now. We've got Warped, Illusion, Poison, and Sound. Pretty much the only thing she's gonna get is a better illusion attack. And probably Catastrophe. Yeah, it's not entirely Scald, but I can understand why you would make that comparison. Yes, there are a couple of different puppets here. There is one in this route that I was not able to catch at the village, and that is Kokoro. So Kokoro was the rare encounter in the human village, and I said, right after trying a couple of times, I was like, I'm not going to bother then, I'm just going to get it later, and this is why I wasn't too fussed. Also, keep this in mind for later. Again, I mentioned this the first time we fought against one from a trainer. Kokoro is a moody lady, and that is going to come into play later on. Void and fighting, so I guess never should be fine. If I can hit, which I can't, that's the problem. This is why Moody is not allowed. Because, yeah. I was actually worried I wouldn't kill her because of the spread defense increase. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. She is not the only different puppet here. There was one I did not expect to be here the first time I played through, which I maybe should have. But there is definitely one more puppet here that I want to get, if I can, but it is the other rare, so I don't actually know all of the ones that show up here. There might be more that I just have never actually encountered. Wouldn't be surprising. It makes my mouth all sticky. Oh, Louise is here too, okay. No, it's the same. It's just RNG is designed to hate you. But it's exactly the same as it is in Pokemon. This is the Road of Liminality. You won't find this one on the wiki because the wiki does not have capture rates and stuff for the for the expansion. But if you have another space that you're looking at for it, then yeah. Basically, for those who didn't see my original playthrough of this game, the one I'm looking for here is actually Yuka. Like, I don't know anything about this particular place because this isn't something that's ever come up in the games and whatnot, so I don't know, like, any sort of lore reason as to why I should be here. But yeah, Yuka was one that I needed for my original playthrough, and I was super surprised to find her here. No, I'm sorry, J-Trot, but you are absolutely wrong. In this case, evasion is absolutely as effective as this in Pokemon. And my playthrough of Ultra Sun should probably have shown that well enough when I did that. Anytime there was like a one stage increase in evasion, I just missed every attack, pretty much. Because RNG hates you like... There we go. RNG can hate you like that. It's being unreasonable. Oh no. Overrun. Yeah, it is absolutely on the way to the Sanzé River. We are going to see that pretty soon. If I win, buy me a candied apple. Oh man. Helianthus. It's an interesting name. It's names like that that really make you see, yeah, that's why this game took so long to be translated. Because really weird stuff like that, you know? I like the tartness of apples and the sweetness of candy. I mean, it's not a bad thing to say. Try yo-yo fishing? Can't. Well, you're a ghost. How are you supposed to flip at all? Wow. Wow. That. Wow. That's a comparison, alright. Also, puppet. It's Suika! We've already got Suika from the other bit though, so I don't need to catch this one. You can get a lot of stuff here. When you talk to them from the other side, yeah. Shaved ice! Apple candy is pretty good. I mean, I haven't had that sort of thing in forever, but it's pretty good. Puppet plushies are cute. Wait, what? You could catch tortoises anywhere? What? Really? I don't know if I could agree with that, but okay. Okay. Puppet Festival would be cool. Yeah, it kinda would be. Yeah, so as you would expect, there's a lot of items to hit Nick in this bit. You can't fish from that side. Okay, so they actually do have different dialogue from that then, huh? This side is dangerous. More puppets jumping out. It's Yugi this time. Alright. Well, I mean, that makes sense too, because it is a festival, right? So... I mean, that makes sense considering the Shinigami takes like everything that somebody owns before sending them to hell. Also, please don't shake the prizes down. More candy. Brain freeze! Oh no! Oh no! You ate it too fast. Alright, I just didn't want to get off the bike. Melon and strawberry flavor. What's that blue flavor? Okay. What exactly is blue, you ask? Well, it's blue, I guess. It's another one of those offering statues. We'll see you later. The horn is chipped. Oh no. Please stop using Tanmaku in the shooting range. Dang. Yeah, okay. Yep. Spoken there. Some water flavored shaved ice. Well, that's the blue flavor then, huh? No, nothing up there. There is something down here though. Pretty sure, I mean obviously this is just bypassing a lot of stuff, but this is really good, and I hope Alice can learn this, because that would be fantastic coverage right now. This is Lightning Cut, one of my favourite electric attacks, to be honest. So in Pokemon, physical electric attacks at this power have to be like Wild Charge, basically, you know, recoil move. This game, it has a 10% chance to raise speed, which Tilt has a horror story or two to tell you about. Alice can learn it, so I think we're getting rid of Confine at this point. We'll rely on her ability to lower speed, and have Lightning Cut as the coverage option. Her stabs are both resisted by water types, so to have a move that hits water for super effective is very, very good. Plus, I just don't have electric on anything else because I don't have an electric type on this team, so that is very nice to have around. Yep. Sanzu River ahead. No mortals may approach, but we're gonna do it anyway because that's just how we roll. And I still adore the music for this place. Absolutely adore it. Naturally, you can't use Surf here, as you would expect. Can, however, get a talisman from the stone pile. And there is a thing. We'll get to that later. Stack 2 for... Oops, it fell. Whoops. Too bad. There's an item up there that we want. Earlier than their parent. Oh man. Yikes. It's kinda harsh. Don't want to go yet. Oh no. Uh-huh. As you would expect, there are some other puppets here, is why I wasn't too worried about killing that Komachi at the Genbu Ravine, because I knew that Komachi was also here, so we'll just seal it and catch it from this place. Taste colors, and apparently blue is hazelnut chocolate. Yeah, okay. That hut makes you mad. Yeah, can't get in until post game, but you can get Shiki here as well, of course. So. This is why it's not so bad that you can't get to Murunzuka right now, because Murunzuka would be where you catch Shiki in the base game. Oh wait, she's a light type, isn't she? She's gonna resist that. I actually don't have much that's good against the light type with Mima right now. Like, Bloody Storm is fine, but if the light type is also like neutral towards dark, then I really don't have anything. Anyway, the other thing we get up here is another new skill card, 97, is Poltergeist, which is your generic sort of Shadow Ball type thing, I guess. I'm not too worried about the scare component of Ghost Wave. Like, it's good, being, you know, 30% chance and all, but I kind of want to just kill here, right? So we're gonna put Poltergeist on. Worst case scenario, I just put Ghost Wave on again later, right? But yeah, this is why you explore this stuff, especially the new stuff. Because you can get a lot of extra, very good skill cards before heading up to Yokai Mountain here. And, you know, it might be, oh, looks like a waste of time going all the way through here. You know, you've spent like, what, just under 2 hours or so going through this stuff. But think of how many, like, new attacks I have learned before going up the thing here. It's really, really good, actually. And most of these moves are 95 or 90 base power, right? So they are going to be very strong attacks as well. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is here, apart from another fight. What are you going to eat at that stall? Is it me? I love this new portrait as well. Yeah, I have like nothing good against you, but oh well. I'll take her out just because of the level difference. But light fighting I have nothing against as Mima, which is kind of bad because Mima is my main fighting resistance here, right? Yeah, Sanai is the other one. It's unexpectedly good, oh man. Don't you just love it when things defy your expectations, like in terms of food? It's like, oh, this is actually really good. Anyway, we can get cells healed before we go. And I suppose I could probably get some more healing, right? I've got a lot of healing, actually. I don't really need to get any more. And I don't need any of the status cards either, so we'll just keep on trucking on. So up to Yokai Mountain. Don't mess around too much, otherwise we'll need to handle it later. I see. You are an encounter. I love training. Oh man, a fairy that loves training. Yulia. Yulia's a really nice name, actually. Still, level 27, not the highest of levels here, right? So, no. Just reconfirming that Mima is a spooky ghost. With a poltergeist attack. One silly thing you may not have noticed when it comes to the overrun attack is that it's actually different every time. Oh my goodness. Like, the position of all of the little projectiles, I guess, is different every time the attack goes off. It's really kind of weird. Anyway, Romelia now gets Smash Spin. It's kind of weird, actually, that she gets that. But okay, I don't actually need 2 fighting attacks here, so I guess I'll put it on, but it's not really great, if I'm being honest with you. Kind of weird to learn that instead of another... Well, I suppose she did just learn a Dark Attack recently, so... I don't know. That seems like a strange choice for a level up skill, but who am I to complain? So we can look at some puppets here. There's a lot of different ones, as you would expect the early Mountain of Faith crew to show up down here. So yeah, I do still have enough contract threads for what I need. So Drain Seed is going to get Curse returned. That's why Mima is amazing. And Overrun will do the job. So yeah, Extra Shizuha is the character of choice for speedrunning this expansion, as it turns out. But again, I have not really looked into that at all because I do not like the idea of having a program do like the clock edit for RNG manipulation. Which is kind of a shame, but whatever. Momichis are really annoying, by the way. Don't engage them in battle unless you have to. Because they have the stubborn ability, which... one of their abilities is stubborn, which prevents them from being one-hit KO'd. And they have Endeavor, so... they're really not worth fighting, outside of when you absolutely have to. Man, stop dodging my friend. I like how that's typical Danmaku there, right? You make a lot of bullets and only a couple of them actually hit. It's just kind of amusing to me. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal up because there's an imminent threat of a fight coming up here, right? So... Hey, can you hear me? Oh, wow, she has a phone, okay. I think 2 cups and a piece of string works better. Dang. That's kind of brutal. Is it over this way that the optional bit is? I mean, probably, right? Topaz Hairpin is for electric. 20% buff to electric attacks. Yes, Goka 56. Spread skills, so it could be useful for the party here. 56 is Ghost Wave. Kind of fitting actually, because we just got Poltergeist. So I mean, I could teach that to somebody else in the party if they can learn it, but I'm not really too worried about having another Never attack. Never is only really good against itself. It's decent neutral coverage, as Ghost tends to be, but... Aye, so, like I said, Momiji's pretty annoying. But these ones are not having Stubborn, which is quite good. Is this one gonna have it? No! I'm pretty sure it gets announced when they come into battle, so interesting that they don't have that. Okay, so you're not lost for now. Yeah. Well, that's too bad. I don't wanna leave. You got any rare puppets? Yeah. Just a giant metal on a Bashir of a radio mast. That would be kinda cool to see, right? You've got some cute puppets, you only saw one. Oh wow, just random rock has an item. Okay, there's no item finder in this game, so how are you supposed to know that's there? Oh, nothing in this patch, that's fine. And not that I should need to, but we're gonna save anyway. Because... spoilers! Reimu's here. Hey, aren't you? Uh-huh. Just so you know, Terranstan is not a place for humans. Nevertheless. Sure. We can do that. So she has Power Ire, which is Wind and Fighting. Wind and Fighting, well, I can just use this. An instant switch out here into Defense Suiko, who is Fighting and Fire. Kind of surprised she didn't send herself in, actually. I would have thought that would have been a better choice. But, okay. Yeah, I can just take her out. It's not a problem with that. So, Power Reimu herself is actually one of the few things that Mima does not want to fight right now. Fighting and Illusion, but unfortunately she has Self-Exorcism, so I don't actually know if she uses that or Economist, but Self-Exorcism is a never nullifying skill, so I can't actually hit her with my main stab here, so I do need to switch out, despite having the type advantage here. Which is pretty annoying, but whatever, we can go Sanae. So Rocky Barrage is an Earth move, that doesn't affect the Wind type of Sanae, and Wind Wave should just take her out from here. Because Sanae is really strong, so if you're hitting for weakness here, you're gonna take her out. Same with Aya, Wind and Fighting, so is actually weak to Wind, but she has Skill Link, which is pretty annoying actually. This is why Power Aya was one of the strongest puppets in the base game, because Skill Link was so strong, like so unbelievably strong. But this fight has been toned down a bit. If this was in the base game, then my levels would actually be basically on par, if not slightly lower than Reimu's levels right now. So, willing to go at any cost, huh? Uh-huh. Alright, I don't need this thing. Oh man, so she gives us a full restore. Now, fun fact, for those who played the very first translation of this game, the Bava Arga set was called the Ecstasy set. So, you can imagine what I thought when she handed me that in the original translation. It's like, because obviously ecstasy set, happiness set, right? But clearly it has other connotations. It's just like, you know, it's like she was giving us a drug set or something, which is like, I don't know if I agree with that. Okay, so we got some new skills to learn. Stone Circle, not too bad. It's ancient power, basically. Not bad, but I don't want an earth attack this week, do I? I mean, I could teach it instead of Tri-Effect, but it's probably not a good idea. Alice hit 42 and gets Atomic Energy, which is a light move. I do want this, actually. This can go instead of Shirori here. So this is a Drain Punch based attack, I suppose, which given Alice is a light type and having that 120 base attack is pretty good. And now, this is a really interesting move to learn from Mima here. Stalk and Murder. This is Shadow Force in Pokemon. Yeah, Phantom Force is not a thing in this game. Shadow Force is where it's at. But Mima is a physical, like, not a physical attacker. So this is not a good move for her. But it kind of goes with her old costume, right? Because she does have that knife. So yeah, it's only Yomu that needs to learn a move now, so we're gonna have Yomu out in front here. If you want to just make a fast track down, you can always use the waterfalls, even from the top of the mountain. But there are some sneaky items placed in areas here, so... Oh, a Red Sea Human. Right now, I'm on a break. You feeling tired? You rest. That's not slacking off. Yeah, so we get a heal point as long as we don't tell on her, which I guess is fine. We can handle that. And then this dude actually sells you stuff, so you definitely want to go ahead and get a couple of bits here if you are so inclined. Actually, I do want to buy some more talismans because I'm going to need them later on anyway. So, and now, welcome to the first cave on Yokai Mountain. Yeah, this place is big enough that there's more than one cave up here. But that's okay. So, fight me! What's kind of cool is you can actually go behind this one, so you wouldn't even have to fight this fairy in a speedrun, which is kind of neat. Anyway, since we're using Yomu now, these nature types are not going to hit us for anything significant because we do have steel attacks to hit them super effective. So that's pretty good. The steel type in Momiji could be kind of annoying right now. Oh, I lost. But I think we'll be fine with that too as we go. And the wind type is also not going to be a problem because we've got steel as an attacking thing here. So Potato over here is wind and I think just wind. I know she has void as one of her typings in a style change, but I think the base form doesn't have that. Spring First is a priority move for wind. Which is fine, we don't really mind too much. Wow, you're strong. Okay, so we get sales. Item, the blue earrings. There's obviously a lot of different puppets could use this. I'm actually going to put this on Raisin because she has the most coverage here. So just like the red earrings for Alice, the blue earrings are your wise glasses. Tengu girl with the big stick. I have no idea who that is. If you're talking about one from like the after Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom, then no, because that was later on. This came out after Toho 15, but before any of the other stuff, so... but anyway, we have Yamame here as well. She is, what, Poison Earth in her base form? She is an Earth Spider after all, so... Spinning Air should be fine. Yamame is actually a really nice one to use in this stuff. If you like Unburden Sweepers... No new characters since Potato? Okay. Then I don't know who you're talking about. Anyway, 79 is Upbeat, which is Taunt. So, pretty good there. Obviously, very good competitive move. Not so good for in-game, but is still somewhat useful in later on. That's not a Tengu, that's Itsuho. That's a crow. That ain't no Tengu. She's from Toho 11, so yes. And then Polymist, because this is a nature type after all. So, not a nature type, well, I'm a nature type. This is a nature weak type in water, so... Also, technically speaking, she's not even a crow, she's a raven, but, you know. She gets called a crow in derogatory terms. So it's like, yeah. And nothing down here. Just a fight. Just a fight, okay. But we did get the skill card up there, so that's fine. Dumpling tastes different from usual. Oh no. So Yatsuhashi over here, this is why Spinning Air is pretty good, because we have coverage against us now, being a sound type, weak to wind. So you can sort of see again why going out to get these different skill cards was actually a very good idea. Like, even though, I mean, it seems obvious, right? Oh, you get more skills, you're going to be better at stuff, but just having the sort of super effective options available here speeds up the fights a lot. Obviously, you need to know the typings and whatnot, but... Okay, I think I actually have everybody in this cave at this point. I should probably already just put the repels on here, because I got Yamame. I know Sarah doesn't show up in this one, she shows up much later on. So I think I already need to just go straight for the repels here. Several instances of reckless people coming in. Oh man. So we have a thing there. Oh, there is an item up there. Gotta go get that then. Not gonna leave an item behind that easily. Okay, so we do have an upstairs thing. So a Mamizo puppet. Oh! Oh! She was so fluffy I couldn't help myself, man. I did tell you, yes. Were you not paying attention? Like, I did say yes when I worked out who you were talking about. Anyway, Pollen Mist is probably fine here, since she's not a wind type. And I is a wind type, so is resistant to that. Could just use Chrome Ray, but I'm gonna go over and save my hit here.
Okay. Search and interview. Yeah. Oh, is that already exit? Dang. Okay. That means I gotta briefly check over this way. We already spending? No. Okay. You just didn't fight us on the way past. Okay. Chateau. Nice. All of these chip damage priority moves kind of annoying. Oh, I thought I had a boosting item on Yomu here. I need to put the curing charm on. Yeah, she's not really that rare when you get to her, but like it's easy to understand why you'd think she'd be rare. Oh, also we did hit level 42, but we did not get a new skill because the skill was probably Chrome Ray. So ironically, the skill that we learned from the card recently is the one we would have learned at 42. Didn't you see that do not enter ever sign? Technically I didn't read the sign, so no, we did not. No, this is why extra Yomu is really nice. Like, she is slow, but the coverage that she has is great, and she does get, like, different stuff later on too. I think she gets Brave Burst as a coverage option from a skill card. Oh, Koishi's pretty dang rare, yeah. Yeah, not much I can do about Karmic Retribution. Like, high base power moves are kind of what you need to use, so... Isn't it still dangerous? Proceed with caution, yeah. Sounds about right. Oh, actually that might have been... I'm just sort of thinking about this here. This is actually the pathway of progression, right? If I just go down... Yeah, it is, isn't it? Or is this the alternative? No, this is the alternative. Okay, I was about to live here, but the Misfortune God was already there. Oh. We do get Dispel Charm, is your mental herb for the game. If you are unable to use skills, the status is healed once. Exactly what mental herb is. So that is one of the main ones you would see on Assist Tay in competitive play. That or Black Choker, depending on whether you want to try and survive or not, which is why Outlook Glasses is really good against it as a lead. Oh man, shocked voice. A human. It's quite rare to see your kind hanging around here. We are indeed. Uh-huh. To find clues by the puppet instance. She's so happy about this. Oh, that face is really nice. Can break the seal of puppets for you. Oh, yep, they will no longer be with you once you break their seals. However, just because I can doesn't mean I'm glad to do so. So basically, this is the only way in the entire game that you can release puppets. Once you have one, the only way to release them is to come up here and speak to her. I don't believe there is a warp point here, so you are not supposed to come up very often for that. And it makes sense, because you don't really need to release puppets very often, but just know that it is tricky to do, pretty much. Anyway, speaking of Hina, we do have a puppet here. Like I say, Poison Never in base, goes to Pure Poison in assist, Poison Dark in defense. Might be the other way around, actually. One of them is Poison, one of them is Poison Dark. And then Poison Fire is the other one. You can basically never hit her with Earth attacks though, because she always has Air Cushion. So she always has the option of Levitate. Unless you're in a Sandstorm. So if you're using a Sandstorm, team, then Levitate is no problem for you. Exactly, like releasing is kind of pointless in this game anyway, so it makes sense that it's so hard to do. Yeah, I made that mistake against Atori. Right, yeah, its defense is pure poison, and the other one is poison dark. But yeah, this ability is so bad, by the way. I think Shinki and Yukari have this as an option in like their power and defense forms respectively, and I think maybe one of the Yukas has got it, or like an equivalent in Strong Smile. That might be the one I'm thinking of actually that puts Spear on. This is such a terrible ability. All of the other abilities like this that were bad got buffed, but this one is just like, ugh, I don't know. That's a pretty okay Letty for extra style if it wasn't for the black mark. Like if that mark was on the red instead, that'd be really good for extra Letty. Yuki's pretty bad. I like the competitive ability there. And then Peaceful. Always escapes from battle. It's kind of neat in a way. I think Nazrin is one of the few that could get that. Ironically, I think it's actually Yuka. One of the Yuka types gets that. One of the Yuka styles gets Peaceful and the stuff there. Wow, that is slow. Okay. Not great, although the emblem's in the right place, but not great. Sumirako, decidedly average, makes sense for her pretty much. Wow, that's good. Except for the mark. The mark is in the complete wrong place, but wow, that's hilariously decent, actually. Rin is terrible, but that's fine, doesn't matter. You are even worse, that's fine, doesn't matter. You are really, really bad too, but it doesn't matter because you got Moody, so you should be bad. You should feel bad because you have Moody. Ah dear, Yuka, you're failing class. Straight D's until the very end. Yugi's got good attack at least. Oh, this one's not bad. You would use this for like speed Yugi probably. Water fighting, decent attack power, like 130 attack, so you probably wouldn't use this for the power form because like it's Rampardos basically in power form. It's a little bit you want the attack mark, right, not the speed mark. But yeah, some actually decent stuff there. Yo, Shiki putting in some work here too. Oh, Nazrin doesn't get it at all. Okay. I guess I'm totally wrong then. There isn't a Momiji that does spread attack, so that one's pretty bad. 2 S's, I mean, it's always something, right? But the rest of it's really bad, so whatever. You'd be looking for stuff that has like 2 S's if you're trying to reincarnate for the first time though, so definitely worth having that there. Anyway, let's go ahead. Nothing there, right? Let's go ahead and do the fights. I have a person who was just challenged by a Tengu? Isn't that the wrong way round? Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. Overrun should be fine. So I get a couple of levels. Didn't expect to lose. Well, let's put Mima back out because she's the one that's not 43. Even though she's just about to be. Looking for where the Kisame's puppet strings come from. Okay. I mean, that's a valid question, actually. So again, another sweet bun. Yeah, so the initial route that I did take was actually the main one to New York, okay? It was actually the main exit that we were supposed to take. So it was nice to do this alternative path and get a couple of other bits here and show where Hina is. Hina's alt costume is really pretty, by the way. Like, super duper pretty. Yeah, we've already fought them. So that pretty much just leaves going up here. And out the main way. So once again, if you want to go down, you can just go down the waterfall bit there. I don't think there's anything at that bit right now, but it's fine. Man, she's so happy talking about harvestable stuff. Which ones will have a good harvest this year? Well, don't you kind of govern over that? So shouldn't you be able to tell us? But whatever. So they have, the two sisters here have the other sister as a normal style, and then they have a style changed version of themselves, but they're only at level 30, so... And again, we've just fought Reimu at 36, so this is a bit of an underpowered one. But that's okay, right? Extra Minoriko is kind of interesting though, because she's sort of like Whimsicott. Oh! Oh, that is such a sad face. Oh. Wonder if there'll be a famine because of the loss. Oh man, that's equally sad face. Hey, cool dude. You've instantly just come into sad faces all around. So speed Shizuha, just pure nature, but should fall here. No, okay. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit capricious. Oh well. Such is the way. So I could use Poltergeist and probably killed her in one hit, but it's fine. As long as the maple colored leaves aren't around, it's not autumn. Fair enough. Wow, okay, I forgot these were early up here. So, food rations. This is the leftovers of the game. As you would kind of expect, it is leftovers, and this is one of the few like actual good healing item stuff that you'll get here. So definitely worth it for sure. Probably just give it to Yomu here. Yomu and Mima are the two big tank puppets that I have here, so definitely good to give it to one of them. Can I just... I can just kind of ignore your existence, but... None is allowed to pass here. Uh-huh. So yeah, Momiji doing her Momiji job. As she does. But that's fine. So then she has Nitori, I mean we can just hit with Poltergeist, it should be perfectly good here. And Momiji herself in speed form, yeah, so this is the ability that prevents her from getting one hit KO by anything. So, really annoying if I'm being honest with you. So, Cruciform misses 90% accuracy, so whatever. The reason I went for Bloody Storm there is because I could have blinded her and cut her attack power. Like, I think it's a 20% chance? 10 or 20%? Since I've lost, I have no choice but to let you through. Oh, she's a bit sad about that. Okay. Yes, so this actually was where I was supposed to go, because we go through that cave in a sec. And, don't make such an annoyed face. Oh man. There are definitely spikes in the game, but it isn't especially difficult for most of it, and a lot of the difficulty spikes have been toned down in the expansion. Stuff like Reimu and Ramelia would completely decimate you in the main game, and in the first game, but the expansion makes it a lot more accessible. However, that does not mean that the entire trip is like an absolute cakewalk. There are still some difficult bits here. One more, one more! Okay. Just looking in case there's anything fancy here. There is not. Oh yeah, there is one fight that gets like infinitely worse in this stuff, but... Ay 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 ay! Who could it be this time? Oh no! Well, we got here when we could. So we're in the wake of a robbery. Oh no! Okay. My important push for news coverage was taken. Oh god, okay. Dun dun dun. Nope. Sure. So we just get straight into a fight with Aya here. Winky face. So she's got Assist Potato, who is going to hit me with Warning Shot. That's pretty annoying. You should not do that. Trying to think what... She's probably just going to use Wind, so... She's part Void in this form, but... Oh, she's got Fake Out. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just do that. Oh, she's got Unknown Flare too. Oh, wait, no, is this one the Illusion one then? The other one is Wind Void. This one's Wind Illusion. Huh. I got it wrong, but it doesn't matter because it's still wind anyway. It's still weak to that. It didn't die though? Are you serious? Wow. That's... Oh, wait, but she is Illusion. This'll show it for sure, right? Yeah, it doesn't affect. She's the Illusion one. Interesting. Okay. Good to confirm. And then she just dies to that instead. Rip. Skill failed. And then she herself still has Power Aya, so I'm gonna have to switch out because Fighting weak. Because I think she should have Shooting Arts by now. Nope, Spiral Strike. Okay, well it's still a fighting move, so I would have still been hurt pretty badly. Spiral Strike has got a 70% chance to raise your spread attack, if I remember rightly. So this is the sort of thing where the small bit would come in handy, because you use the small bit against moves like this, and she would take more than half her damage, half her health in recoil. Alright. I knew you wouldn't cooperate. Yep. I know exactly who it is, yeah, because that's what we've come up for. Oh, those fairies love pulling pranks, huh? Yeah, they are indeed the cause of this. Oh, okay. So they were looking for the book. I see. Of course I do. Yep. Winky face. Yeah, if I rearrange the team, I could have it say Deebs. Yep, I will indeed. Sounds good. Yep. Your understanding this is really helping us out. Yeah. Okay. After you take the stone brush back. Yep. Absolutely. So, obviously, Free Fairies of Light, we're going to be facing Then with other stuffs, we will switch out to somebody who's a bit better at taking on light types. Watch out and don't get eaten. Sounds about right. Also, a puppet just jumped out. It's Potato! So yeah, we do want to catch this as well. We'll encounter plenty of these later on, but we can still catch it just now anyway. Illusion attack hits a crit too, that's kind of annoying. But it doesn't matter because we'll be able to heal here in a sec anyway. You can't fake out after turn 1, doofus. But yeah, there's a lot of Hatare here actually, if I remember rightly. I don't remember if there's an Aya puppet hidden in one of these, but no newspaper for me today. Oh man. Getting overworked and underpaid. Where is the heal spot again? Is it up? I think it's up. Oh, we just get encounters here as well. It's probably you, isn't it? Nope. But we'll go ahead and knock you out anyway, because you're kind of doing this to us. Ew. Rude. The nice thing about Raisin being illusion type is that she can't get hit by fake out, so the silly Hatares with their silly fake outs don't actually do anything here. So it was the 3 fairies. And this is the whole thing. In the previous playthrough, of course, being in Japanese, like, I actually intuited this bit really quickly, but yeah, the whole point is that there are text clues here that you wouldn't be able to understand, which, you know, it's kind of par for the course, right, at this point. We've seen this several times now, that the game actually does indicate some of the more obscure things. Right, skill card 86, Flying Frenzy. Can't learn it with anyone here, but it is a pretty good skill. That 10% flinch chance seems excessive on a thing with 95 base power, but you know, whatever, right? If you want to speak to Aya, she is at the top here. But of course, we need to actually go ahead and clean out more potatoes. We need to go ahead and actually find the 3 fairies and stuff first. I know where they are, that's fine, but probably the thief has been causing a ruckus. I just want to do the fights, and actually, of course, want to go ahead and actually find the... What do I even want to use here? Ultra High Tone is probably best. I do need to find a heal thing. Whoa, that is amazing. Okay. Now, I wish I could get that luck when I use it in competitive play. Ultra High Tone has a 10% chance to randomly raise one of your stats. So to just so happen to get special spread attack here, that's pretty hilarious. Like I say, I wish I could get that luck when I use it in competitive play. Anytime I get a stat raise off of that thing, it's like attack. Just look for a place where 3 people can hide in. I take offense to grilled chicken, eat more beef! Researching and writing an article about puppets. Uh-huh. That they have. Oh man, she's pretty happy about stuff here. Information in a wide area with puppets. Uh-huh. Seems about right. Ooh, item. Oh, yes, the new Godstone. So, The Godstones are your rocks from the Pokemon games. So, you know, like Smooth Rock, Damp Rock, etc. This is the new one for the weather that was introduced in this game, the Sun Shower. Sun Shower is, I want to say it's Magic Room is the one that inverts defenses, right? That makes your physical defense your special defense and vice versa. That's what that weather condition does. It's kind of interesting that there's a weather and not a terrain at that point, but yeah. Also a Magatama, which is a max repel. So nice to start getting some of those. Again, this is why we look at all the stuff when we can. Even if we do get ambushed by potatoes sometimes. Oh, there's the rest stop. Okay. My important memo book was stolen. I've never seen you around before, therefore you're suspicious. I mean, that's actually not unreasonable compared to a lot of the BS that these guys have come up with, but still, I take offense to that, good madam. Oh, that's gonna not... yeah, illusion is resistant to fighting, so it's actually neutral, not super effective. And then you are also weak to this. Yeah, so the new warped type is actually really good in this area. Just nice to have that general attack power around. Maybe they're hiding in a vase or in the shrubs or in a barrel. Or maybe a revive is in a barrel. I don't know. You tell me. Sort of like training. Yep. Everyone is a rival. I can kind of see that. The publications are full of bias and fake news. Oh man. Current day arguments, right? Not really. More healing items to steal. We'll go ahead and get ourselves healed up here as well. You actually sell us stuff too, which is pretty good. So it doesn't sell a whole lot at the moment, but come back in post-game. This guy sells some of the competitive items. Please don't stay too long to spy on this. What? Why would I do that? Master Suika. Okay. So I guess the Onis are one step above the Tengu, right? So... Article by foot, yep. Fortography. Yep, okay. Take speed over accuracy for any day. And this is why there's fake news that... Huh? Being in a caste-based organization is a tough life. Yeah, I could see that. Right. So, potato? Nope, not a potato. I mean, unless you maybe you have one that's shaped like it, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. Rule of Voltango, yeah. Witnessing it directly, yeah, just keep it gender ambiguous too. We've already been in there. Okay, so where are you actually supposed to go in here? You kind of go down there. And I just kind of intuited this like immediately. There's no one here. Like, I intuited this immediately when I played this for the first time. Grash was expecting me to get lost here for ages, but I kind of just went straight down here and got this to be... I keep telling you, there's no one here. Wait, Star, they see you! Uh-huh. Yep, exactly. It's broken! Oh no! Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. No way! We worked really hard to get that. Sounds about right. Logic. Maybe if you hadn't have come, you wouldn't have been able to see us right now. So one of my other favourite songs in this game is this one. So normally you actually have this fight at the Kappa hideout. So yeah, we are very delayed on when this fight shows up here. But it's around about the same sort of levels, so it's kind of funny in a way. But they do have styled versions of themselves as well, and this is where the auto weather comes in. So if you don't have an illusion attacker, you might actually struggle a little bit with this fight. Speed Luna is also a sound type, if I remember rightly, so if she actually got a chance to hit me with a sound move, then that would really hurt, because I'm 4 times weak to it, and I have low spread defense. But obviously I'm too fast for that with Raisin. So Power Sunny is actually going to be able to outspeed me here because of her Flash ability, which is the Swift Swim equivalent. So she is going to get to hit me with something, but it's a resisted attack, so even under the sun weather, or the aurora, that's not going to hurt too much. Again, level difference is pretty big here, and the levels are pretty much exactly the same as they would have been in the base game, so it is kind of interesting that we are a decent bit further in. We've already gone through the Reimu fight, and the Reimu fight was tougher than this. So I don't know, difficulty curve in the game is a bit screwy at times. Yeah, they're lower than Vermilia's final level. It's kind of very weird. But yeah, Illusion just kills them outright, so we lost. Whoever escapes wins! So then we go and speak to Aya, who's sitting at the top here. Oh, looks like, yep. I got it. Da 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 da. So now she's actually holding the pen, which she wasn't holding before. So we get instant case 4. Dang. Alright. So she's just gonna go take it out on Notori and Co, I suppose. It's kind of rude, but what are you gonna do? Speaking of which, I can go back and get the skill card from Notori, but I'm not gonna go and do that until later, because it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get back down there just now, actually. I'm gonna do that when I have better access to it, which is after doing the Okai Mountain stuff. Only the Tengu and Kappa rule. Uh-huh. Target acquired. Oh man. Target acquired. Yeah, we'll have to go and read the books when I'm next in the village, because honestly, some of them have been really funny so far. So, Poison is super effective against water in this game, so that's why I wanted somebody with a poison coverage move. Just doesn't work against Notori because she's steel type, so... So yeah, just gotta climb the rest of the mountain at this point. Not too much to... not too much to go through. But Raisin's kinda getting pretty high up in the levels here, so let's use... we haven't seen Amelia since the start, but we haven't seen Alice like at all, so let's use Alice for a bit. Yeah, just making sure that I'm not gonna miss like a skill card here or something. I think I can safely go down this way. Might have gone too far down at this point. Is this the other side of the... oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. If I have to go back through the cave, I have to go back through the cave. And in that case, what are you doing here? Sense of fear? Not really. That's what I was looking for. Very, very, very easy to miss this skill card. Skill card 50 is Smash Spin. So this is what Amelia learned recently, actually. It's fascinating to me that Rapid Spin is a TM in this game. Also, spoilers, you cannot spin block in this. I thought that you might be able to because Warped is a type that nullifies your... I'm gonna have to go back through that stupid cave. Okay. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back through the cave. Alright, let's just go and get the skill for Notori then. Might as well now that I've been forced down here, right? I don't remember if there's actually someone up there. Should go take a look. I should also probably go back to using these. Oh hey, there is someone up here. Okay. Another skill card. That's what I mean. These are really, really easy to miss on this route. 18 is a physical move that is Spiked Stones. So it is Bulldoze, basically. Lowers the opponent's speed. I mean, Rock Tomb is probably more accurate, but Rock Tomb is not is not 100% accurate, so it's Bulldoze. that's what we're calling it. And this is back down at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, let's go back and get that thing for Notori then. Because Notori did say, go back and speak to her to get a gift, so that's what we're gonna do. That one. It won't take too long going back up the mountain afterwards, so I think we're fine. Perfect spacing for that, right? Didn't get it back, but it's unusable as well, yeah. Probably because the battery is dead, yep. Now, take this! Dun 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 dun! This is the first of the new skill cards for this game. You can rely on me, oh man. Assembling a new machine. Good for you. So skill 81 is Distortion Bomb, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so this is your general high power warped attack. 95 base power is pretty good. Raisin can learn it, is the only one who can, but it's a physical move, so it's not good for her. But decent attack power. Just generally a good skill to have. And very, very easy to miss too.
The whole puppet riding in the boat with you thing is still pretty hilarious to me. I don't know why, but it just seems really funny. That's the sign that we were supposed to read, by the way, that one of the other Tengu in the cave was like, "Didn't you read that?" I'm like, nope. Why would I? Yeah, so along the bridge. Let's go ahead and buy some more repels here, probably. We have used quite a few, so it'd be worth grabbing. Luckily, this place isn't too complicated, so it shouldn't take too long navigating around this, right? I think this place was bigger in the original game. Just one talisman to get through the whole thing. That's pretty effective. So we go up. Anything there? There is something there, okay. Random rocks sometimes has an item. It's a Moira Shrine. Well, Sanai did once tell us that the Moira Shrine was her home, right? So that's kind of why we'd go up here, to go and speak to her. Wind type, lightning cut, seems pretty reasonable here. Oh, you and your silly priority moves. Why is it getting so much attention? Gee, I wonder why. Good marketing, probably. There is another thing over here. Silver coin. It's like 5,000 yen or something to sell, so respectable. Oops. I don't think there's any new encounters in this bit because we haven't gotten to the next screen yet, so... It's boring. It's boring. Alright, fight me. Yeah, I think you can. Oh, I kind of like that character design as well. So yeah, fire is also pretty good against all the nature stuff up here, obviously. The nature and steel combined fire is pretty good. Hey, Solonic. You and your silly priority, as if it's gonna make a difference. Chen! Oh, Chen's got fake out too. God. Sometimes I wish I was using illusion light all the time just because of this. Because it's BS. It's just really annoying. Never won either, because this was my first match. Logic, right there. This is just shortcutting the rest of this, which is somewhat reasonable, but not really a need to, especially because you just missed this here. We still haven't been able to buy revives yet, so you seem okay, so you can pass through. Fair enough. Puppets are cute, aren't they? Exclamation mark. Oh hey, it's Bucket. Oh, Bucket is weak against light, so... Right, because it should be Fire Dark? Yeah.
Water Dark is one of the others, but she has that, so whatever. Lame. You need to be punished. But my puppets are cute too, aren't they? Well, I mean, that kind of goes without saying, right? Almost all puppets are cute. So now we're in a new area. There are a couple of different encounters here, but I think the different encounters... there is one, actually. There is a rare here that is... Kason. Yeah, Kason is here. Kason, whatever. Person we saw earlier on at the shrine. Aya is actually in the Moira shrine as well, so she isn't strictly needed to be picked up here, but you know, kind of nice to do so anyway. But yeah, Atomic Energy is really nice when you can do a decent amount of damage with it. Yeah, exactly. Did you see a Kason puppet? She's gotta be somewhere. She's a rare encounter though, so around about a 5-ish% rate to find, so I'm not expecting to find it here. I'll give it a few rounds, but I'm not too fussed. I might actually just prefer to look for that next time, to be honest. So yeah, we'll just give it a quick few, and if it doesn't show up early, then whatever, I'm gonna move on. I don't have to find it right now. This is just kinda how it is. When you're looking for ones that have a low encounter rate, it does get tiring when you have to keep doing that, like route after route. I'm actually kind of surprised that she wasn't in the Hakure Shrine bit though. Like in the grass there, I'm kind of surprised that she wasn't there. Because especially since the actual character is there, you would kind of expect that Kason would. But then again, there are a lot of puppets that show up in that grass, so maybe there was just like, there's too many here, we don't want to add this one as well. Yo, Tenshi's up here as well though, okay. I thought Tenshi was in the next bit of the mountain only, but apparently she's outside the shrine as well, okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Oh, she's got Endure though, and I think she has the Indomitable ability as well, which is pretty annoying. She is an Earth type, so I need to use other attacks. Yep, she can resist, which is going to get very annoying now actually, because if she uses False Courage this turn, she'll resist as she does. So she'll hang on and the Seal Thread might wear off at that point. Courageously endured the attack. Oh, it didn't wear off, okay. Indeed you do, Nampuck. That is exactly what's going on at the moment. Effectively, standalone Tohomon. Okay, yeah, so a couple more to look for Kason here, and if that doesn't show up, then we'll try again next time. Yeah, I like the parenthesis there as well because it's False Courage, so it's kind of funny to... It also doesn't really help that I don't especially like the wild encounter music up here. Like, it's not the worst in the game, definitely, but it's still not great. Yeah, okay, I think we're just going to leave it for now, and I'm probably going to have another crack at it at the start of the next stream. to find one here. Yeah, because it's just I want to get to the end of the, like, this is going to be a good stopping point once I'm done with the Moira Shrine, so I want to just get that done, I think. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Puppets are making this place a lot more accessible. That's kind of why we see a lot more people coming here now. How corny, it's you! Heck yeah, it has indeed been a while. Of course I remember you. How can I not remember that happy face? Uh-huh. Wait, was that I heard you're on Journey? Also winky face. So, did you invite this human? Hello? Uh-huh. Now they're on the journey to solve the incident. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we kinda did. Not through our own volition, though. Yeah, I bet you do. No, Lady Kaneko, let me play! What? I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, okay. And Sanae being our third rival of sorts, not really, but kind of. She has her own puppet, puppet seal animation here as well. Even if you're not, I am, and that's what counts, right? Shrine Maiden of the Mountain. So she has Defense Reimu, who is incredibly annoying for a lot of people, actually. Defense Reimu is Illusion and Void. The only attacks you can hit are super effective with are Sound and Warped, which we do have one coverage option for that. But I don't want to switch in against an Illusion attack, which is what I would be switching into with Alice. So I'm just wondering, do I want to just outright switch to someone else here, maybe? And Raisin's also weakened too, she's going to get wrecked if I send her in directly. Like, I could just go Mima here, actually. Mima's not a terrible option, I don't think. The problem is, she has Invoked Deity, which is Acupressure, so this can go south very quickly. Accuracy Rose is fine. Yeah, so Poltergeist will do reasonable damage. Oh, she's got First Aid too. I outdamaged that though, so we'll eventually kill her here. Definitely outdamage it. This is the only, like, catch potential. Evasion Rose, there we go. It begins. It begins. Yep. And so she can heal back up to full. It begins. So this will do neutral, so we'll try and weaken it down a bit first if I can. But I think she's just gonna spam this now, right? That's gonna hurt. Accuracy I don't really mind too much. Just missed a kill. Okay, so if I actually hit this time, we're fine, right? Nope. Oh, but she's not gonna... Oh, Foul Play is resisted and I'm a physical attacker, so that should do nothing. Yeah, if she's just gonna go on the offensive, that's okay. Oh my god. See, this is the sort of situation where I'm like, I don't necessarily mind using heals. But she's gonna switch out anyway, alright? Speed Marissa is light electric, so she does resist this. But still gonna take chunks from it because it's Marissa, she's fragile as all get out. Yomu's the best bet. Exactly, it's only 2 stages of evasion and that's it. That's what happens. Starflare's got a 20% confuse rate, which could be annoying, but we should be fine here, really. So we want to just go with the old Pollen Mist, I think. Yo, bad moon! Yeah, we should be fine from here on out. Yomu can take the rest of this, I'm fairly sure. Speed Sunite is Wind and Earth, so she does actually have super effective... No, she has neutral coverage against us here. But she's just going to use Tri-Effect because she's a derp. And Chrome Ray will kill because it's super effective against the wind. Neutral to Earth, super effective on wind, takes her out no problem. And then we just have a weakened Ray Moon to deal with here. Which she gets to outspeed, but it really doesn't do anything. So if Mima fell to that foul play, then I would have sent in Yomu, because Yomu also resists it, and is also not a physical attacker. I lost! Yep. Uh-huh. I'm sure you have some talent, yeah. So now we have the superpower glove, so guess what we're doing next time? More exploring! Because, yeah, if there's a rock in the way, you can smash it to bits with this item. I was considering not doing the exploring stuff until after I got this, but then I kind of figured, actually no, this is much better to do once you've got, like, do it in the 2 stages, because getting all the different skill cards I got has helped out a ton getting up here. Or you can just not do that, by the way, winky face. Or you could just look at the rock and smash it, your choice. Just look at the rock and kill it, yep. Yes, yes, yes. You're much easier to get here. Uh-huh. It is indeed pretty convenient. That's right, Lady Kaneko. Worshippers can use it easily to come back. Oh, so yeah. This is the point of the game where we're kind of gone round the full loop, right? And so it's like, why not go explore around? Slots to discover. Because we've kind of already gone in all the bits that you would expect. Like if we look, we have a map, right, in here? No, we actually don't have a map. Why don't we have a map? It's kind of weird. But if you were to look at a map, we've actually explored like all the areas in this place now. So there really isn't much else to do in that sense. So of course, if I didn't transfer my puppets in New Game Plus, this is where we would finally get our last puppet in Sanai. Obviously, we would get her from this area. But you know, there is another thing to do here. So we are going to have to take this on anyway. Wish to return to the outside. Uh-huh. So, this is an optional boss here. It'll be a quote-unquote super boss initially. And, yeah. The original levels of this fight were about 5 higher than this. She ended up hitting like 50, I think it was, at the max. So, yeah. Nice. 1 flinch, 60% chance to flinch. So that's fine. Gonna switch out into her... Oh, Kaneko, yeah, 48, so still pretty solid. That actually out-levels me here. Power Kaneko is nature. Wind and nature, so I should probably just go straight Yomu here. At least I think the power one is nature. I think it's the defense one is the earth wind. So she does not have skill link. So perfectly fine on that front. Chrome Ray should be decent. She's going to switch out probably to, yeah, Suwako. Speed Suwako is a
devil. Is the absolute devil, but yeah, don't even get a decent hit in here. She is Water Earth though, so 4 times weak to my nature, but the heinous move comes in here. Speed Suwako has Moody, and is easily the biggest like user of it too. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it didn't increase evasion here, so she stands no chance. The first time I fought this fight, she increased her evasion with that, like turn 1, and basically just wrecked me. Because I just couldn't touch it. But we have moves to deal with that this time. So, hit Chrome right here. Natural Beauty is a 95 base power nature move, but we are nature type, so we're not going to take too much from that. 4 times weak against Steel, so we'll just destroy her with Chrome Ray here. And then Sanai shouldn't be able to do much against my type combo. She could just flinch me to death, I suppose, but other than that, she doesn't really have a whole lot. Oh, Flash Bullet, really? Confusion, huh? That's what you're going for. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Slime Shot's also resisted, it's just not going to do damage here, so we're fine. This is where if you could damage yourself in Confusion, it would be really, really annoying, but we have leftovers, she's doing like no damage. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about though, she could just flinch me to death here, right? Oh, but if she does, I'll just go around that regardless. There we go, just kill her anyway. Okay. More annoying than it had a right to be, but it's fine. Yeah, so just in case you thought this game was too easy, there are some things which are still difficult here. So we have Midnight Cal. I mean, I'm just about done, if I'm being honest, Blaze, but you seem to be really strong. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. We must solve the incident first. Yep. And so if you need it, the Combat Handbook is here as your lucky egg. So that's your reward for actually doing this much more difficult fight here. Yeah, so that is pretty much that. There is stuff to explore at the back here, but we're going to do that at the start of the next one. Because yeah, I've been going for quite a while here, and this is a pretty good first 2 deep bows, then 2 clubs, 1 bow again for last. Oh no! Don't incur the wrath. Also, item down there, we're going to be getting that next time. So, yeah, there'll be a little bit to explore up here, then we get to use that rock smasher that we got, and do some other stuff in exploration. Going off to some fun places, but that'll be for next time. So, thank you very much for watching. Clearwater is gushing out, and that is all we need to know. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed yourselves. I'm going to try and do some more of this tomorrow, of course. And we shall explore some more of the game. I'm going to do some more of the side stuff because there are some cool areas to go and explore. Most notably with Rock Smash, we can go to the mansion that we couldn't go to at the Misty Lake now. And then Muinzuka is also available. So those are 2 good places to explore. But there's a bit more of the Yokai Mountain area to do before we do that. So, yeah. But, like I said, that'll do it. So, until next time, take care everyone. Bye!